Hey guys, in this video I'll show you 5 free Photopea effects that I use on almost every project, and I also have a bonus feature that I almost guarantee you guys didn't know about. Alright, so this first one is called Filter Gallery. So basically, if you have something, I'm going to take this example thumbnail and I'm going to change it because I don't really like how it looks, but the easiest way that I can do that is going up to Filter and Filter Gallery, and then you'll see something like this. So this is looking kind of weird, so I'm gonna change. I can look through these things. That looks pretty cool. Let's see, like, oh, that looks also cool. That's like glowy. I'm gonna choose this one. And then once you're done, you have to like grab it at the top to get rid of it, and then you can click OK. And there you go. That looks a lot better because it's like glowy and better. So that's like a really useful one if you want to change something, maybe the colors, maybe how it looks. Texture. That's Filter Gallery is really useful. Alright, so this next one you may know about, it's called Curves. If you don't know, you can click on this little half circle down here, click on Curves, and what you can do is kind of adjust the coloring, make it stand out a little more, maybe make an S, make that contrast a little bit more, and that kind of like helps. I can adjust this farther down if I wanted to so that you could see the season text. And that is looking pretty good. So that is a very useful one. You can again play around with that and it's amazing. I would highly recommend using curves in your projects just because you can adjust the coloring so it looks a lot cleaner. Alright, so this next one is called Liquify. Basically what you can do is you can click on your subject, go to Filter, then Liquify up here. It'll open this window, and what you can do is you can move, like adjust stuff. I could give Luigi three thingies there. I could make his hand super long or something. And then once you're done, you just click on OK, and that's your new thumbnail. You've just modified it to make it better, kind of. I would probably turn down the size and maybe the density. I can make small adjustments to it and it still like looks similar. Maybe if I need to like add something to the text, like some spikes like this, you see that? You know, that's really simple to do. You just change down the size and the density and it still works perfectly. Alright, so you probably know what this next one is, but you probably don't know how to do it because it's a little bit complicated, but it is a vignette. And basically, just select your background layer and then double click on this. Then on the layer style editor, you're going to see a gradient overlay. Click on that, select it, change this to radial, hit reverse, then you can adjust the size kind of like this. Now change the blend mode to multiply, and there you go, you have a vignette. It kind of like, it helps people focus on your main subject, in this case the amogus, without like completely deleting the background. But you don't have to like focus on the corners mostly in thumbnails, or in good thumbnails you shouldn't have to. So when you're kind of eliminating some of the corners, kind of, you know what I'm saying? But adding a vignette actually does do a lot. It's pretty cool. Alright, so this final one is actually pretty handy. So let's say you want to add a stroke to these. Instead of just clicking on one, adding a stroke, making it red, clicking on the other, adding a stroke, making it red. Instead of just doing this, what you can do is you can undo those things. Select these two, go convert to smart object, and then add a stroke to this. What's cool is if it's big enough, it'll actually combine into the same text line because it's a separate smart object that we're using instead of two separate text lines that both have strokes. It kind of just groups the things together, which is really useful. Also, if you have like two things that are like part of the same subject, but you like split them apart or like added them together and you don't know how to do that, it's the same logic. You just select them and go right click, convert to smart object. Super useful. So let's say you have a drawing that's not a smart object. You size this down because you're like, okay, I want to make it smaller. You cannot size it back up. This just does not work. However, instead of doing that, if you have something like this and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be smart about this and convert it into a smart object, then when you size it down, click on that check mark, size it back up, it does not lose quality. Okay, it was like here. It does not lose quality. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so this is the bonus feature, not really an effect. I mean, kind of an effect, whatever you like to call it. Let's say you have a project and it's, looking really good, but it doesn't have a background and you need something for the background. What you can do is you can go up to filter. It's not filter, what you can do is you can go up to filter, render, then clouds, and now you have clouds. Like literally you have clouds in the background. It's actually really cool. And then what you can do is you can use that background, go filter, blur, give it a Gaussian blur, and now you have a nice background that you didn't like import an image for. This is just like actually working. This is a really good feature if you just want a background and then blur it, and then it just looks like a background but you don't know what it is. It's just clouds, just random clouds. But anyways, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe because I'm about to hit 9 subscribers. So yeah, make sure to subscribe.